Hey, VC, it's Trevor back with another Flat, Round, and Spun. Here to do a contest entry for my good friend, my Midwest brother, Alex from Beer and Vinyl. We all know him, we all love him. He's doing a contest in celebration of being in the VC for a full year, and congratulations for that. That is definitely a milestone. I know firsthand it could be frustrating on trying to figure out topics and doing videos and just trying to make content as we all do. So his contest, super easy, is just pick a favorite year of yours in music. um, Mine could have gone several different years, but one that seems close to me in the releases that came out that year was an easy pick. It is, I might be repeating because Josh JC Flip Side already did this year, so if you saw his video, you know what year I'm doing, and that is 1986. Just real pinnacle year in music for me. What I'm going to show are two bands that I had known already at the time. A new discovery band for myself at the time, and then two other records that I didn't find out about them till a few years later, but these releases are from 1986. So the big one to start out, no surprise here, is Master of Puppets from Metallica, the classic thrash metal album of all time. Obviously, at the time, no one knew that Metallica was going to be the big, huge monster that it became. But when this came out, it was still kind of bubbling underground. Thankfully, and I've told this story a billion times, did get to see him on this tour opening up for Ozzy Osbourne. So I did get to see the late, great Cliff Burton playing with them, and it was incredible. I was like 15 years old at the time that summer, and yeah, always has great memories for me with this. Master of Puppets, Metallica. Next one, still part of the big four, so you probably already know what it is. I had known their two previous albums and was used to that sound, but when this came out, it was an absolute game changer, and that is Rain and Blood from Slayer. Like I was saying, knowing what they sounded like before with Show No Mercy and Hell Awaits, the first time you hear this, especially if you had like headphones on, like I bought this on cassette, and played it in my Walkman at the time. We all remember those. This was like, it was down to the bare elements with the Rick Rubin production, which I do believe this was his first time producing an album and an artist that wasn't rap or hip hop. So it was laser focused, and it almost made it more scary than the two previous albums. So yeah, classics here. Angel of Death, Raining Blood, Postmortem, Raining Blood, because they kind of flow in together. Piece by Piece, Jesus Saves, Criminally Insane, just classics, top to bottom. Like I said, I had this on cassette, and the cool thing was this album was so short, they just put the full album on each side. So when it flipped to the other side, you just play it again. So Slayer, Rain and Blood. Next was I discovered this band the following year in 87, but this was their 86 album, their debut. I think one of the first New York hardcore albums I ever got. And I remember waiting overnight for RSD 2021 for this one. And that is The Age of Coral from Cro-Mags. As I've always said about this is quintessential New York hardcore, especially from the mid 80s. the opening track, We Gotta Know, heaviest, just opening riff. It is absolutely amazing. And then it just kicks in, it's just a soundtrack to an ass beating. So I always say, if you want to check out what New York hardcore is, just throw this on and you get it. So Cro-Mags, Age of Quarrel. Next was a band I didn't discover until 1990. They had a harder edge, a more metallic edge going into that at the time, but this was when they actually was one person at the time, but was more electronic. And this was the band that got me into industrial in the first place. And from 1986, it's Twitch by Ministry. Al Jurgensen, just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what stuck. It's electronic beats, and it's, like I said, it's industrial. It's got some noise tracks on there, but not really guitar, but it's still abrasive. Definitely different from the previous album from 3 years earlier with Sympathy, which was basically all synth pop. This is way more edgier, but still electronic. I just love this album. They do a remake of All Day that they had as a Wax Trax single, or it's actually a remix. And then Angel, Over the Shoulders, classic, and Just Like You, that opens the album, just great. That's when he started using like samples in the music. So Al Jurgensen actually did earlier this year, did a show which featured Twitch and with Sympathy. So I wish I could have been there for, it was a festival called Cruel World down in California. That would have been cool. But hey, YouTube, there's a bunch of clips of it. So anyway, Twitch, Ministry, and then finally also in the industrial sector, also played with Ministry, or the singer was with Ministry on the tour that I discovered him on. And the singer's name is Ogre, and Ogre is the vocalist for Skinny Puppy from Vancouver, just north of where I live. This is, God, what is oh, God, the Perpetual Intercourse. So, yeah, this is definitely more electronic. Not really any guitar on it, but it's still very abrasive. There's a little bit on the song Dig It. And God Gets Maggot. One Take Place. Just great industrial, danceable, but still dark and brooding. Skinny Puppy, easily my favorite industrial band of all time. I got to get more of their stuff on wax. I think I have almost everything on CD. Yeah, I want to find more vinyl of theirs. So Skinny Puppy, Mind the Perpetual Intercourse, and that's it for 1986. I got a few more, but I can't really consider them my favorites. So I want to keep it tight and concise. So Alex, congratulations, first year, awesome. And just, thank you for being a friend in here, the VC, and, outside of the VC being friends. So it's really cool. So anyway, everyone, it's Saturday as I'm recording this, not like I got a 35mm camera in front of me. No, it's just Saturday. I actually got to tear all this apart and everything else in here because my wife is going to be painting this room, so I got to get rid of all this stuff. And I just wanted to knock this out before I had to pull all this stuff. So anyway, everyone have a great weekend, and we will talk to you later. See ya!